do it. Welcome back to the Pod. Thanks for tuning in to the last time. YouTube video popped off. I mean, at least for us. I don't know about anybody else, but 282 views. I'll take that any day of the week.
Me too.
Just two broke kids trying to make it in the MMA world and podcasting world. You know, maybe run a Barstool Sports one day. You know, take Portnoy's job.
Oh god, dude, Robbie Fox would beat the shit out of us.
Oh, absolutely. But if we come together, do a podcast with Robbie Fox, that'd be ideal. That'd be ideal, bro.
Oh,
go do co-interviews with Dana White, because I'm always jealous when he does interviews with Dana White and Connor.
Yeah.
Fuck, Connor's kid comes and steals the camera. Did you watch his last interview?
Yeah.
That was hysterical. His kids are running around.
I like.
Yes.
Not to go off topic. I like the hat.
Oh, thank you very much.
I like the hat.
Thank you.
We're hat guys today. This wasn't planned.
Not planned at all.
Not planned.
Last time my hair looked like I just came out of a fucking World War II. Noticed that watching the YouTube video back.
I'd say Collins's fit today is a little bit better. Mine looks like who? Do you know who my dad is? I could sue you. Top lawyer in the state. That's more the vibe I get today.
Who do you know here?
Can you name 5 actives for me, please? Oh, you don't? Okay, there's the door.
There's the door. $5 for cups. $5 for cups.
Yeah, bro. Actually, who do you know here?
Just pour it out. Just like, oh, gotta go. Fucking frat bro.
You expect me to let you in and you bring 0 women? Are you serious?
You got $10? Oh, you don't? There's the sidewalk. Go get
you have
the stepping.
50? Did I hear 50? Okay, 50? To go to a high school
party. No chicks? There you go. Yeah, high school parties. The best is when you had keggers at a high school party. Take your badass. We talk about keggers. Fucking, I think it was at my freshman year of high school. We had a keg party, and it was we hid it behind this guy's shed, and everybody was there. It was fucking weird. The first party, high school. It was like, yo, what's up? Had the backpacks on. Thought we were badass. Just had nothing in them. Probably extra pair of clothes. And then, you know Dean. But Dean's he's like the bartender all night. He's just fucking pumping the keg, pouring fucking beer. All of a sudden, the fucking homeowners come out. They're the kids' parents. And it's just like, is that a fucking keg? Dean fucking runs home. He literally just fucking ran out. It was like, oh my God. Ran. And like, shit got fucking hairy. Everything got shut down. The keg was like, everybody took the keg home and then just left it like in the side of the wall. Sidewalk. And then somebody picked it up and was doing keg stands at their house. It gets pretty wild for a freshman party.
Do you remember one of our first parties we went to?
Freshman year?
When we showed up extremely early to a keg party.
Dude, yes.
It was just so awkward.
It was just like you guys. It was like, no, you guys. Us guys. Just sitting in the basement while they're still like pretty much setting up.
Yeah. They were really cool about it, though.
They were very cool about it. I was actually surprised by that.
Yeah.
I was like, what? Forgot. Yeah, dude. That was like where I lived. That was like around the corner from where I lived.
Yeah.
They're wild. Oh, dude. Parties. Thought we were the coolest. Now we can't even go to a bar. And if you have a fucking party, you looked at as like anti-COVID.
Yeah. No, you looked at it.
Or an anti-masker, I should say.
Yeah.
I think everybody's like COVID, but yeah, it's fucking wild. All right, so let's talk MMA for a little bit.
Yeah.
Don't edit that out either.
No, I'm
not. So we had a big pay-per-view this past weekend, UFC 258, headlined by Gilbert Burns and Kamaru Usman for the welterweight title. Overall, fire card from, I'd say, the prelims all the way up to the main event. I thought that was very good. And the main event didn't disappoint, and I don't think any card in the main card, any fight on the main card disappointed either. For the first fight on the main card, I forgot who the two guys were that fought on that first card, on the first fight on the main card.
It was Julian Marquez and Maki Pitolo or whatever, right?
Yeah.
That was
I
actually really liked that fight.
That was a good fight. I was very impressed with that.
The only
I
fight
thought that.
the only fight I didn't really like was the Gastelum one. I didn't really. That one kind of
I
bored
didn't
me, to be
like it.
honest. Nah,
Yeah.
I was half paying attention too, so
I was interested into it because I watched it intensely because it was like a big fight for Gastelum because he came off three. That's if he would have lost, that would have been his fourth straight loss in a
ooh.
row. He, yeah, he lost to Izzy for the interim title in like a good fight. Then he came back and fought Darren Till, who lost that in like a close decision, and then took some time off. I think he got hurt. Came back in the summer this past year and fought Jack Hermanson, who just like submitted him within like 10 seconds, which is it was a weird submission because you don't his Gastelum does he's a tough dude and he doesn't really go down that easily. And when he did, I was like, oh, maybe he's like back end of his career. So this fight I was very invested into him because I want to see if he could make those adjustments that he needed to, or like if he just lost, he would have been done. You know what I mean? Like he would just been a gatekeeper for the middleweight division.
Yeah, you were saying this was like a big fight for him because it was going to
Yeah.
define what his next move was,
Yeah.
especially if he's
So
just a gatekeeper, like Overeem, like in the last one. Or is he going to
yeah.
be, try to do something?
Yeah. I mean, now I mean, I'll be honest. It wasn't the most impressive win, I will say,
Yeah,
but it's definitely it's a step in the right direction for his career wise, and like if he wants to make a path to the title or become a contender. I don't think he'll ever win a title, but I
no,
think he could definitely he can compete for a contendership spot. Like kind of same thing what happened with him and when Israel Adesanya and him first fought. That's a good fight. If you want to go back and check that one out, any
mm,
fans watching or stuff like that, great fight. Um, but yeah, I also like the guy that he fought, Ian Heinisch. Can't really pronounce it. He it's a tough loss for him because that was a big name. If he were to win, that would have stepped up his career a lot. But
hmm
also, like it's not terrible for him because it's like he could still if he could still win, he's fine. You know what I mean?
yeah.
Like he could definitely compete. Um, yeah, was that it after that first fight with was that first fight? I can't pronounce their name. I forget their names all the time.
William Marks, Maki,
Marquise, yes,
and then
and Gastelum.
it was Simon and Kelleher.
Oh, yeah, Ricky Simon.
Yeah,
I was impressed by Simon's performance.
yeah, he really won at him.
Yeah, and Kelleher, he Long Island native, but he's usually a tough dude, and he looked lost out there a little bit.
Yeah, you could. Ricky kind of took over and controlled the fight throughout like the whole thing. I would say.
Yeah, for sure. I was surprised by that. Our boy Rizzy was calling that all week.
Yeah, striking and grappling too. He was
Yeah,
controlling.
and he usually has poor striking. Like he's usually the guy that you see that is like just masters one thing, but he's been stepping it up overall. You know that Faber loss, I thought that would have been it for him.
Mhm.
The 13-second KO when Faber came out of retirement, but it was pretty good fight.
13 seconds. Wow.
Yeah, it's fucking wild. Ben Askren got knocked out at 5.
Yeah. Oh, one thing I wanted to add. So the Julian Marquez, or was it Julian or I don't know. I
Yeah,
can't pronounce
I
him.
can't pronounce names, dude.
Um,
No
when he
disrespect.
called out Miley Cyrus,
Oh, dude, that was awesome.
she
That
responded
was fucking
too.
good. Did you see what he responded to after she responded?
Oh, what did he say?
Oh, he ruined it.
Oh, he did.
Oh, he fucking ruined it.
Oh
Uh,
no.
One sec. I because I follow this MMA account. He said weird shit. Like he could have just done the whole shave MC on his hairy chest, and he would
Yeah.
have been famous. Like he could have been popular from that.
Yeah, that's
But
all you have to do. She
yeah,
literally told you what to do.
yeah. One sec. Yeah, he said Miley Cyrus. If you get a henna, HENNA, henna tattoo that says Cuban Missile Crisis above your belly button like Tupac, I'm in. Hashtag thug life.
Oh, isn't that the spray on stuff?
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, you're right. If you
Yeah,
get it, yeah, says Cuban Missile Crisis above your belly button.
Yeah, and then she was
How
like,
does
all
that
right.
correlate? How does that correlate with shaving MC into your chest about being Valentine, being Cuban Missile?
It doesn't.
Like,
it just doesn't. He was electric too.
yeah, he was awesome. He was like, I've been waiting 31 months to call this. Miley Cyrus, will you be my Valentine? The best is Joe Rogan in the background laughing the whole time.
Yeah, and like from my point of view on that fight, I thought he was losing that fight too. So it was good for him to get that submission when he did, because I didn't think he was commanding that fight at all, especially the first round.
Yeah, I wasn't anticipating much from that fight, and I guess that's what you should do because those are the good fights. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Did you also? Let's go back a little bit. Did you see the main event in the prelim?
No, I didn't watch any of the prelims.
My God, I think it was on ESPN Plus. This guy, Vieira and Hernandez, these two guys, middleweight division. This guy Vieira is like an Abu Dhabi Jiu-Jitsu world champion, fucking insane assassin. Could make 10 times more money doing Jiu-Jitsu than he is at MMA, but he wants to focus on MMA. But he fucking gassed out where he couldn't move his arms, and he was like huge dude, like a huge guy. So he was standing here and like just couldn't move. It was hysterical to watch. Like you just saw the lactic acid build up in his muscles too.
Yeah.
Fucking bizarre. And because the first 3 minutes of the fight, he tried submitting the dude, but like gassed him out, and the guy just came out and then submitted him. Submitted like the black belt in jiu-jitsu. I think the guy tapped out because he was just so exhausted.
Yeah, like how do you let that? How does that even happen?
Dude, he literally ran at him too. The first like opening second of the bell. I was like, Jesus Christ. I was just so like amazed that he was just gassed and couldn't move his arms. I think he threw 2 punches. Because he was just like he was like
how do you go to an MMA fight and be like gassed that quickly?
The best part is that guy was 7-0. Now he's 7-1.
Yeah,
because he didn't do any cardio.
that's rough.
That's rough. Anyway, back to UFC 258, the main card. We covered Gastelum, the co-main event, which everybody was sleeping on, I think, and with Alexa Grasso and Macy Barber. Macy Barber's first fight coming back from last January. She fought on the Rigor Cerrone undercard where she tore her ACL. First fight back against Alexa Grasso, whose second fight is a strawweight. She was a flyweight. No, sorry, second fight is a flyweight. She was a strawweight at 115. Now she's 125. She looked 10 times better, gotta be honest, than she did at 115. And you were saying earlier that we were talking, that was a great fight, I think.
Nah, it was, yeah.
You were saying Joe Rogan was getting into it with the takedowns, like the grappling and the striking was so on point. And Macy Barber, people don't know, she's 22.
Really? Oh my
she's
God.
22. So she.
Sorry.
Yeah, literally. She wanted to become the youngest world champion in UFC history. She had like another year and like a couple months to do it, but this probably sets her back from doing it, considering it's her second straight loss. But being 22 and she didn't look bad. That's the best part. Like it didn't look like Grasso was like piecing her up, where it was just like, oh, this is a one-sided show. I thought Barber held up a good fight where I thought it was a split decision and not a unanimous decision. But I mean, I wasn't mad at the outcome, to be honest. I didn't think it was a robbery. Grasso definitely deserved to win.
Yeah. Once again, I said it before, but I'll say it again. Joe Rogan was a little too excited about the grappling. Very excited. Oh, she's 22.
Yeah.
What's up, Macy? What's up, Macy Barber? I can't do that. I actually can't do that. Never mind. Can't do that anymore. Yeah. So, yeah, you way too excited about the grappling. Was it actually him liking the grappling, or was he just being a little perv? I don't know. I can't say.
Yeah, maybe he was just enjoying what was out there. I mean, Alexa Grasso, pretty. Nice, pretty looking girl. And yeah, I mean Joe Rogan, he's a wild dude. You never know.
Nah, it's definitely the grappling with him.
Yeah, definitely.
It wasn't anything
first
else.
fight being first card he's calling this year in 2021. Yeah,
I gotta say, him like involved with it makes it a lot better, man.
Oh, dude, isn't it
so much better?
It gives that like fan aspect.
Just every time there's a big shot.
Every time. When we'll talk later at the main event, but when Gilbert knocked down Usman, he was just like screaming.
Yeah.
I was like, "Let's go!"
Yeah.
Oh my god!
Just get the boy,
dude. Yeah, for sure. Because you know why? It's DC is so technical with like what he's pointing out, what he's saying, whereas Rogan's technical in what he's saying and points everything out, but it's also he has that fan flair to like everything. This guy's screaming "oh" on the mic in the commentary booth, whereas we're jumping up and screaming at our TVs when something happens like that. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
To where it's like you could relate to that. Yeah. And I think John Anik is so good too.
No, it's a great crew. Especially Joe Rogan. It's just like you get that he knows what he's talking about. Like he's a professional, but like he's a fan too. You know, you get that nice picture.
You could hear it in his. Whereas like, and honestly, it's like it's got, in my opinion, now this might be biased. It's got to be one of the best like commentating booths out there, because you look at football, you have like Joe Buck, Troy Aikman, and you can see that with Nance and Romo. Like that's a good booth. That's a good commentary. But like Aikman and like Buck just seem to be like there for a job.
Mm-hmm.
You know, to where like Romo, you hear his enthusiasm. Nance is like, you can't really go off Buck and Nance because they're just color commentators. There's, you know what I mean? But like Romo, you hear his excitement.
Yeah.
And
no one better. Except maybe the TNT pregame show when it has Shaquille, Charles Barkley, Ernie Johnson. You know.
Imagine if they called the game.
Yeah, that'd be good.
Sweet.
I don't know why they don't do that.
Right? Like,
well,
you don't.
They probably don't want Barkley and Shaquille O'Neal just to go off.
They will say some fucked up shit about like say LeBron missed a shot. Barkley sucks tonight. Yeah.
Barkley, you give him enough time, he'll say something.
He says some fucked up shit. You know what I mean?
No, yeah.
But yeah, I definitely think they're one of the best commentating teams for sure.
Mm.
Yeah. But that also goes back to nobody's gonna respect that because the platform that they're on, that you have to pay to watch. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Whereas you just go to CBS and you listen to Romo and Nance. So where people think Nance and Romo are 10 times better, but like you listen to Rogan and DC and Anik, they're like, oh shit, those guys are really good at what they do.
Yeah.
You know?
And then you bring Stephen A. Smith on to do UFC fights with Rogan. Iconic.
Dude. The best is that when after that fight with McGregor and Cerrone, Stephen A's talking to some sports center guy who was next to Rogan, and Rogan was in the middle, and Stephen A just had his hand on Rogan's shoulder when he was talking to him, and Rogan's just looking at him like, you don't know anything you're talking about.
Yeah.
Shit's fucked up.
Cowboys a bum.
Yeah. All right. Got it. Yeah. Did you step in a Cajun fight?
Yeah. No, he has a lot of sources though, so.
Sorry. Yeah, so we got Burns and Usman. Let's get into it. I have a lot to say about this, to be honest.
Ooh,
I don't know about you. Great fight. I'm not disappointed in Burns at all either that he lost. I thought Burns looked fantastic.
Yeah, I liked it a lot. First round, I thought I was like, oh shit, Usman was getting hurt, especially that one jab that got him, and then I don't know, Burns even said it in the his post conference. He was like, I kind of went like Cody Garbrandt crazy, and he's like, I heard him, and I was like, I just wanted the knockout so quick, which Cody does all the time, but Which I
all
thought
the
was
time.
just an interesting comment. He's like, I still love Cody, but like, it's so true though, because Cody hurts someone, he forgets the game plan, he just wants to knock out. Which
Yeah,
Burns kind of that first round saw he hurt Usman, which I was shocked he hurt him that early, and he like
me
went
too.
all in and then just kind of gassed himself a little bit.
Yeah, for sure. And you know, he said it. He was overzealous, and he I thought that he looked great in that first round. You could see the stone hands that he has and the power. Like he knocked down Damian Maya, who's really never gets knocked out. He knocked down Tyron Woodley, who Kamaru Usman won the title from Woodley and didn't knock him down from a punch.
Mm-hmm.
Like he just took him down, like did his wrestling shit. But and Burns knocked down Woodley numerous times in their fight, to where you're like, oh shit, he's got stone hands. And then he's the first person ever to knock down Usman.
Mm-hmm.
To where it's like, oh shit, like he's got something special in those hands. To where,
Yeah.
you know, it's a tough loss, but like he said it also in his post-fight press conference. He wants to do like a Robbie Lawler comeback, where he fought Robbie Lawler back in 2013 to 2014. He fought for the title after GSP left against Johnny Hendricks, lost in a unanimous decision, beat like two or three guys. I want to say two, and then fought the title the following year at the end of 14 against Hendricks and beat him up bad.
Yeah.
So like, do we see that again?
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
He said like he's like, I want to like basically earn my title fight again, kind of.
Yeah.
Like his way up again. Dude, he like the way Burns fights. Like I've never seen him fight before, but he can be an electric fighter, man.
Dude,
Just the way he was throwing, he can throw bombs. He can do just the way. It's just like, and he was so unique with what he was doing too. Like I'd never really like seen someone like that.
Yeah, he was throwing great combinations too. Like you didn't know what to expect.
Mm-hmm.
Like, and you could tell Usman really respected his power, because Usman was that first round. He did not look good. I got to be honest.
Oh yeah.
Like I saw some of the scorecards on like what people thought. They were giving it like a 10-9 to Burns, obviously, but like I was like, I think that had to be a 10-8 round.
Yeah.
I think where you give him a 10-9 is how Burns ended the fight on his back, like looking to engage in a takedown.
Oh, that was just so awkward. Where it was just straight a minute of him just dangling.
Bicycle kicks.
Yeah. And then him just Usman just picking up his leg and just kicking him right in the fucking butt. Oh my god.
That's fucking wild.
That was good, but dude, I mean, Usman proved why he's one of the best right now in the game, dude. He came back the later rounds, he just dominated.
Yeah,
dominated. I think he went back to kind of like took it low key in the first round, but the second round he went back to his jabs, man. Oh my god,
they look fucking
so good.
I think Rogan said it. He was like, they're fucking like car engine pistons.
Dude,
they're just fucking firing out.
It's just you're looking at like in the first round and the second round, you're like, how is Burns just not completely taking over? But Usman was landing those jabs, and I was just like, what? I was like, damn.
Yeah, and I saw the fight turning in like the middle of the second, right? That's in the middle of the second when he first knocked him up against the fence.
Mm-hmm.
And I was just like, oh shit. And the jabs were working, which was insane. Yep. And yeah, like to touch on Usman, you saw a totally different side of his game. Of like throwing in leg kicks. That's like the Justin Gaethje style, because that's who he's working with now. His coach. He's working with Gaethje's coach, and you saw the leg kicks and that were working too. You didn't think that a wrestler throwing leg kicks would actually be effective. They were effective, I'd say. Mm-hmm. And then the combinations Usman was throwing with those jabs that was hurting Burns, and there was just a deterioration over time of just Burns just getting weaker and weaker from that jab. And that jab was just fucking insane. And that was the recipe for success for him, honestly. Mm-hmm. And I don't know if the first round was just like a feeler round for him just to get his feet wet or see what Burns is bringing. But he made those right adjustments that he needed to make, get the knockdown in the second, and then come out in the third, and within like a minute and change, if that, fucking just knock him out. You know what I mean?
It's always interesting. See before the fight if they do the glove touch or not. which they were teammates. So I don't
Yeah.
know. I thought that was like it was going to be a guaranteed they were going to go, But Usman was like, nope.
Dude, when they're doing the ref, doing the ref talks and shit, when Barber giving them the mic, and that stare down,
Yeah,
bro, that stare down got me
yeah.
hyped. I was pumped for that.
And that's why I was like, when Burns went out for the pump and then he didn't go for it, I was like, oh, Usman might lose because usually I want to know. I want to know the stats on that to see like how many times you don't glove tap, who wins and who doesn't win.
Yeah.
And
I know
need
there's
some
YouTube
stats.
video completions of like guys who don't touch like glove tap and they always get knocked out.
Yeah.
Like that's why when I saw Usman do that, I was like, big mistake.
Yeah.
Big mistake.
I think they eventually did.
Yeah.
In the later rounds. I mean, yeah.
I'm sure they did. I mean, and Usman said it. He was like, he was about to cry when he saw Burns knocked down on the ground. Because once it said into Burns that he had lost. But yeah, Usman was saying that it's a cage. Like this guy's coming to take something that I have, and I'm do anything not for him not to take it. You know what I mean? So he like, yeah, we're cool and we grew up in the sport together, but like when you step in this cage and we're fighting, we're not friends. And it's true. You know what I mean?
It's competition.
Yeah, exactly. That's what and that's the best part. It wasn't personal. It was just so competitive.
Yeah.
They just wanted to oust each other. And I got to tell you, like, them training and them both saying that's how training would go, they're both fired back heavy.
Yeah.
Like, dude, I just want to see what that training sessions were like.
Dude, that must be dangerous training sessions, bro. Especially if one of them is fighting.
Yeah. Fucking insane, dude. Like, yeah, they're coming up for a fight. I think Burns was training with Usman when he won the title. Like, I think Burns was in his corner when he won the title.
Yeah.
It's just crazy.
It's always like as a person, like I'm like, oh, like when there's no trash talking and stuff like that for like the build up on the fights and stuff, I'm like, all right, yeah, it's like respectful, but like the inner me is just like, nah, I want the trash talk. Like I want the hatred. I want
Yeah.
That's freaking good fight though.
Yeah. And that's what honestly, like, and you gotta bring it back to McGregor. He made that trash talking thing a thing. You know what I mean? Like trash talking put this sport to wherever it is today because that's what everybody likes. You know what I mean?
Exactly.
But yeah, I respect the competitiveness and the respect that they both had for each other, but also like knew that it wasn't going to be like a Wonderboy fight where it's like hug you, give you a gift. You know what I mean? The stare downs. You know, and yeah, I thought that was just an electric fucking fight, and the whole build up even too. And everybody was sleeping on this fight. Everybody thought Usman was a wash, and a couple people were texting me saying that Usman's gonna knock out Gilbert. I'm like, he could, but it's also Gilbert could knock out Usman.
Yeah.
So like when Gilbert knocked down Usman in the first round, I'm sure those people were like, oh fuck, like, you know,
spoke too soon.
Yeah, for sure. Now the next question is that I really want to get into. I have a few different topics on Kamaru Usman. What's next for him? And is he the GOAT at 170? Now, I think I'll start with the GOAT topic.
Right.
I think the GOAT word is loosely thrown around these days.
It's so tough in this sport, especially because you're like, oh, he's the GOAT. All right, he's the GOAT. What? But there's like so many divisions, so many different weights, you know?
Yeah.
So it's like, who really, like, you can be the GOAT at one division, but it's not like football where it's like, oh, he's the greatest of all quarterbacks, you know?
Yeah, because you got the rings to prove it.
Yeah.
Whereas like because I'd look at it, if he's the GOAT at 170, you have GSP, who's arguably one of the greatest fighters of all time as well. But you also have to look at how many title defenses GSP has more, who the title defenses were, and at the time, like, so there's like their opponents who they defended the title against are two totally different like spectrums of fighters. You know what I mean? Like GSP, the Nick Diaz era, whereas Kamaru has the Jorge Masvidal and the Colby Covington's Usman has Matt Hughes and the Matt Sarahs and the GSP era. You know what I mean? Like there's two different eras. to where you can't really say, oh, he's the GOAT. So whereas like if say Kamaru goes on to beat his X amount of title defenses and does it more, then it's hands down he's the GOAT, I would think. But after his third title defense, you can't say somebody's the GOAT. I think
it's kind of like I'll explain like football terms. Like, do I think if Usman's trajectory right now, like if it keeps going where it's going, then yeah, he will be. Kind of like Patrick Mahomes. His trajectory right now, if he keeps going where he's going, he's going to be the greatest of all time.
Right. Yeah, that's perfect. That's perfect analogy, dude.
Yeah. And I'm not trying to change the subject. I just want to throw this in, but yeah, a lot of people are shitting on Jorge Masvidal, especially today. I saw a lot of people shitting on him. They were saying because he fought Usman, right?
Yeah, back July 11th, the first.
A lot of people are saying he would only take that fight short notice, so he would have an excuse in case he got knocked out.
Yeah,
that's what a lot of people are saying today.
That's what Usman said too at the post-fight press conference, and I didn't think of it then, but I was like, you know what, that makes perfect sense.
Because they're talking about the BMF title, and they're like, that's not a BMF guy. That's not a bad.
That's not no, because you think about it. Before when he took the fight on 6 days' notice. So, if you don't know, Pat and anybody watching, it was supposed to be Burns Usman July 11th, first fight out on the card. Burns got COVID 6 days before the fight. They call in Jorge, and that's when they fought. And that's when he said he lost in 6 days' notice because he didn't have a full camp. But I'm like, so you're gonna tell me you didn't train from your Nate Diaz fight to your 6 days notice? You didn't train, and you didn't train for Kamaru Usman, like because you know you're gonna get a title fight next. When Danis said it after you won the BMF belt, you were training for Kamaru Usman, bro.
Yeah, you as soon as that fight ended, you recovered a little bit. You were training right away.
Right away. Yes.
Unless you already had it in the back of your mind that you're like, oh, if I lose, I'll just use this excuse.
Yeah, and maybe it was the holdup for the money because back in like the springtime, he was like, they need to pay me more for me to fight, and then 6 days notice you're gonna fight now, like all of a sudden. It's like, yeah, dude, I didn't know that people were talking shit about him, but Jesus Christ, it makes so much more sense.
Yeah, on our Instagram page, one of the pages I saw like 2 or 3 talking about like Masvidal not being a badass motherfucker.
I never liked him. People like him. I think he's I don't think he's good at all, to be honest.
I think he's just a street fighter.
Oh yeah,
which is what he is.
I can't say he's not good at all. He's very good, talented fighter. You know, but I think the run he's had. How about this? I'll put it this way:
it's just his
stock is too high for who he is as a fighter. To where you knock out Darren Till the way you did, you knock out Ben Askren the way you did, and you win the BMF belt against Nate Diaz. Yeah, that's cool. Darren Till came off a title loss. Okay. The Askren fight was a flying knee, 5 seconds. Didn't really show a fight. The Nate Diaz fight, and he's a wrestler. The Nate Diaz fight, like you beat Nate Diaz, but also Nate Diaz hasn't fought, like he's not a top 5 welterweight. Yeah. To where how do you fight for the title? You know what I mean? Like, and then before that, he lost to Damian Maia, wrestler. He lost to Stephen Wonderboy Thompson, but jumps to the title. I didn't get that.
He got so overhyped with the flying knee thing because it was like, well, it was a media spectacle too because Askren was talking so much shit throughout the fight, and then just flying knee right away, like right off the bat, knockout. That's gonna make you.
Oh yeah, for sure. Yeah, because you look at the Sanhagen Edgar knockout flying knee. You don't see that shit going over Twitter. Like I think I saw it twice or once since that fight. You know what I mean? Whereas this Ben Askren fucking KO. Yes, just because it was 5 seconds and because of the media spectrum, Askren was talking so much shit.
Yeah, it's just like it's tough. It's tough to because his whole image is street fighter. Anyone can get these hands basically, and then just to be like a lot of shit coming out like 6 days. You just using the 6 days notice as if you're a real street fighter, you'd be like any day, anytime.
Yeah, exactly. You don't make an excuse either. Like, and that's why I forgot who said it. I think Rizzy said it. That Jorge's next. I don't want to see that because
we
saw that before the Burns, and he didn't knock him out, but he beat him pretty decisively to where we know what the results like.
Mm-hmm.
And there was, I mean, here's the thing too. You could say you lost that fight in 6 days' notice, but Usman didn't look the best in that Jorge fight. But it's also because Kamaru was training for Burns, and it had to change for Jorge. And Kamaru's stand up against Jorge's wasn't really the sharpest, but he did what he had to do to get it done. To where I think if he has a full camp against Jorge, I don't see how Jorge beats him. To be honest with you,
and
I really
especially if you look at what was I gonna say? If you look at it like this, what was I gonna say? Never mind. No, what? So what has Jorge done since he's lost to Usman? You know,
nothing. He hasn't fought.
Exactly. So it's like, why do you want to see that fight again?
See, I would give the fight to Colby Covington before Usman. I mean Masvidal, sorry, because he's fought. He beat Tyron Woodley, who said he was going to beat up for the belt, and then he didn't have to. See, the thing is, like, Colby lost the title fight with Usman, and then fought Woodley, who was on a 2-fight losing streak.
Yeah.
So Colby didn't have to fight him. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So it was like, oh shit, okay, you beat a former champion, you got to fight for the belt. Whereas Masvidal just has been sitting on the sidelines. To where now you want to fight him? Now you want to fight Usman?
Yeah.
I don't know, dude. Like, the politics of it is kind of annoying, but it's also something you have to talk about, and it could be a possibility that Masvidal and Usman are next. And if that's what Usman wants, then that's what probably we're gonna get.
It should probably be the same result.
Yeah. Who I really want is Wonderboy Thompson to fight Usman.
Yeah.
Because I'll tell you what, Wonderboy Thompson will beat Usman.
Really?
Hot take. Guarantee it. Because I'll tell you why. Usman's is similar to Tyron Woodley in how they fight. Usman's better right now. How about this? But I think the stand-up game and how hard, because if you look at the Woodley fight, Woodley tried taking down Thompson, had a hard time doing it and having a hard time keeping him down.
Mm-hmm.
And the stand-up comparisons, you can't really compare to, like, you can't compete with Thompson's stand-up. So that's why I think Thompson can do it.
He's so long too.
So long, and the karate style is I think that's a fun matchup to see with a Usman type fighter and a Wonderboy. That's what I want to see. Will I get it? Probably not.
Yeah,
because they just like to shit on Wonderboy for some odd reason.
Wonderboy's stock with Nick Collins is through the roof ever since freshman year.
yes. UFC 205 when fucking he shrugged out of that fucking guillotine choke against Tyron Woodley for the welterweight strat. I was like, Pat, favorite fighter. Yeah, dude. And we could. All right, we'll get back to Wonderboy because I have a few things to say about him with Leon Edwards. But let's get back to Usman. I digress. Actually, we pretty much discussed that. What's next? If he was a GOAT, that was it. That was my 2 questions.
Yeah. Do you have anyone else that like would be even like a possibility you'd fight Usman?
Let's see.
I feel like you just listed off everyone that would be potential, right?
You do Leon Edwards, but again, you can't give it to Leon Edwards because last time he fought was, 1 sec. I can't remember the last time he fucking fought. It had to be 2019. I'm looking right now. Yeah, that's bad. Last time he fought. He was scheduled to fight. Yeah. Wow, dude. Ready to get this. Last time he fought was July 20th, 2019 against Rafael Dos Santos, who's not even in the welterweight division.
Ooh.
He's on an 8-fight winning streak. Guess who his last loss was against too?
Who was it?
Back in 2015. Kamaru Usman.
Ooh. Dude,
so
how do you go on it? So he's on it. You said he's on an 8-fight streak, right?
Yeah.
How do you like? I'll never understand this. I guess you want money and stuff like that. Matchups might fall through too, but how do you like not? If I'm in that situation, I have the hot hand. I want to keep fucking going. You know, like I want as many. Like I just want to keep it going. But like, that you said 2019. It's been almost 2 years, right?
Yeah. Yeah. If he doesn't fight, like his March 13th fight against Chimaev is out. So if he stays in that card, that's fine. He fights. But if it doesn't, he gets just a longer time before he's in the ring. Yeah. So year and a half, he hasn't fought, and against a guy who's not even in the division anymore.
Wow.
You know? Yeah.
You called it, though.
What's that?
The Leon Edwards and the.
Oh yeah, I did call that. Yeah.
Wonderboy makes sense. Like, and then Wonderboy was like, "No, this makes sense. Me and you should fight."
Told you.
6.
Yeah.
Makes sense.
Yeah. It makes 5-3. They had to take Leon Edwards out. They had to take Leon Edwards out of the welterweight rankings because he was in activity. And then when they booked his fight with Chimaev, they put him back in at 3.
They just pick and choose when they.
Yeah, I mean, that's also in the UFC as well. But like, how do you can't do Edwards and Usman for the belt because you could do like, oh my God, Edwards on an 8-fight winning streak. Last time he lost was to Usman. That's a good story. But look at his record. Like, look who he's fought since. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah.
All right, ready? Rafael dos Anjos, Gunnar Nelson, Donald Cerrone. Donald Cerrone was sick when they fought, by the way.
Huh.
Yeah.
It's not there.
Donald Cerrone is not even a welterweight. He's not a true welterweight.
Yeah, exactly.
You know what I mean? He just likes to fight at welterweight so he doesn't have to cut weight. And you can't. I don't think you do Edwards Usman for the belt. But that's the third option would be.
Yeah.
Which
you'd rather see Jorge versus him, right?
Yeah. I mean, that's tough actually. I wouldn't mind Leon Kamaru because of how soon Jorge Usman has taken place, the first one, if that makes sense. Where like do that, like I don't know. I also think that Jorge doesn't deserve it right now. Although if Edwards comes and wins his fight in March, like say he does fight Wonderboy and he beats Wonderboy, then yeah, like why can't you do Edwards Usman too? Like that, he would have to win his next fight against a actual top 5 ranked fighter. Be like, oh shit, you know, maybe you do Cole. Like I know Dana was saying Colby and Leon is probably what's going to happen. Which that's such an eliminator because then you'd be like, oh, okay, Colby or Leon, whoever wins that.
You're picking two people that have already lost to Usman.
Yeah, essentially.
Well, at this point, it's picking from 3 people that already lost to Usman.
Yeah, and who's going to lose twice?
Yeah, exactly.
You know, so it's
so
tough.
Where's Woodley at?
Woodley's 7th.
So
he's on a fight losing streak though.
So what is he? Is he out the door? Is he?
He just got a fight booked with Vicente Luque. I think it's towards the end of March 27th card. I think he's on. I don't know. I think he's got too uninvested in fighting to where he's not at the level he was when he won the belt.
Rap career.
Yeah, rap career, and he's making more money doing ads, and I know he does. Trying to think, he does like reality TV shows. Like he was in The Rock's reality TV show. So I mean, he's living the life. Like, don't get me wrong, he's living the fruits of his labor, but he's not the same fighter that can compete in the top 5 anymore. Like he lost to Kamaru for the belt. Lost all 5 rounds. Lost all 5 rounds against Burns, and lost all 5 rounds against Covington before he tapped out because he broke his rib.
Yeah.
So, I mean, I don't know. It's tough for him. He's ranked 7th, but if he wins this fight against Luque, he could be back, I think. But he's probably on the outs.
Yeah.
Just like Lawler. They could probably do Lawler and him again if like Luque loses. Luque wins.
Who did Lawler fight? We were all watching it. Who did he fight that time where he almost had it?
I think. How long ago?
I think this is Oneonta.
Lawler?
Am I thinking about the wrong guy?
Yeah, you might be. Because
I
I'll
think
look
I'm
like
thinking about the wrong guy.
he's lost like four. He might. Yeah, I think he's on a four fight losing streak. Lawler.
I gotta look
Yeah, he lost to Dos Santos, lost Askren, lost Covington, lost Magny in August. Yeah, we weren't in school for either of these.
Never
Unless
mind.
we were in. Yeah, his last win was in 2017 against Cerrone, which I thought he lost that fight too.
Oh, that was Oneonta then, right?
That was Cerrone and Mike Perry.
That's what I'm thinking
Yeah,
of.
that's the one you're thinking
Never
of.
mind.
Yeah, that's when Cerrone broke Perry's arm. Yeah,
Yep, that's what I was thinking of.
yeah,
So, well, I think I was just mixing up memories. I was thinking Lawler versus Askren, right?
yes. Where he had the bulldog choke.
Yes.
Or he was faked. Well, first of all, fucking Lawler came out and just fucking slammed Askren.
Yeah,
That was
that's what I
fucking
was thinking
awesome.
of.
Beat him up, fucking nice. And then Askren got him in the choke, and he was like, "Oh, you know what? Because we talked about this on the first episode.
What?
That's what the Lawler Askren fight.
Did we?
I made it like an analogy.
Oh, okay.
About yeah, that's probably what got jogged your memory.
At this point, I'm just mixing up memories at this point.
Me too, bro. I can't remember my Skype password.
Jigsaw puzzle them together. Yeah, so we were watching McGregor versus Dustin Poirier 2 3 years ago, even though it just happened.
And yeah, that's all. Like for as far as Usman, the state of the welterweight division, that's all I got to say. It's gonna be fun to see how it plays out. Definitely a stale. I would say not. It's exciting, but it's also a stalemate division.
Mm.
At least for a fight fan, because it's like, do you want to see Jorge? Do you want to see Colby again? Do you want to see Leon fight him?
Yeah.
It depends.
Just
Really,
wait until I cut down to 170 and I'm coming for that ass, Usman. Just wait for
one
it.
more thing before we. Not enough respect on his name. I don't think.
Huh?
Not enough respect on his name. Like people
Usman?
don't. Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, I think we do, but I think people don't like. They overlook him in the sense that they don't think he's a boring fighter because he like grapples and stuff like that. But he's got 2 knockouts in his past 3 fights, so it's something to look out for. He's a ledger.
I would say he's like, especially that fight, he was fundamentally like sound for the most part.
Yeah,
and he's just not a high profile character. That's why.
Yeah,
that's what it comes down to, especially in the UFC. If you're not high profile,
you don't. Yeah, that's true. Yeah,
that's why.
That's it for UFC 258 recap.
Yeah.
This upcoming fight week, you have Curtis Blades versus Derek Lewis, heavyweight main event again.
My 2K player.
Blades.
Who's gonna be goated?
Yeah, right. Lewis gonna be the greatest heavyweight of all time to knock out somebody. That's what they say now. He's the greatest of all time to knock somebody out.
My balls.
Really? My balls were hot.
Balls. Derek Lewis, man, goated.
Goated for sure.
I just want to see what meme comes out of this fight.
Even his pre-fight press conferences are great too.
He's just great.
Derek, what should you do differently to train? Smoke weed. One of them, as one time, he said that.
What was that?
Like, yeah, you seem so much more relaxed. Like, what's going on? He goes, "Oh, I'm high as shit right now."
What was the one? He was just basically like, "Yeah, I'm just gonna have sex with my wife," or something like that.
Yeah. He was like, "I'm just gonna get on top of my wife and have fun."
Yeah.
The best was we're Ronda Rousey fine ass.
Oh, when he beat his name's Travis Brown or whatever.
Yeah, that's exactly it. Yeah.
He
even did one where he fell asleep in the post-fight press conference. Dana White was like, "You had to wake up." He was really like slumped down, snoring on the mic because his mic was like right here. And, and Dana White was like, "You gotta wake up."
Followed him on Instagram for a while. had to unfollow him. Some of us. Good shit for a while, but then after a while, I was just like, oh, this is getting a little too much for me.
He posts some fucked up shit. Like, he posts people getting shot and shit.
Yeah. I was like,
I'm out.
I was like, okay. It was fun for a couple months.
Yeah. He went a little too overboard. He thought, oh, people think I'm funny? Let me post this. It's not funny. One thing that
All right, man. Anything else for you?
Yeah, one more thing. Nate Diaz call-outs are electric. He did an interview with Ariel Helwani this past week, and he was calling out fucking people left and right, and it was hysterical to watch. He said,
oh, yeah.
Ariel Helwani was like, so do you want to fight like Dustin Poirier, McGregor? Like, it's like, nah, I don't fight in the lightweight division. He was like, oh, okay, so like, who you want to fight then? He goes, oh, Charles Oliveira, that guy's game. Ariel Helwani was like, you know, he's like 155-pound division. And he goes, yeah, but that fight could happen at like 165. He's like, it's not a division.
Oh my god, he's great.
Yeah, Nate Diaz is awesome. What do you got?
Oh, so they were saying, well, first off, Poirier and McGregor 3, that's gonna happen, right?
Yeah, probably May or June. They're thinking.
They're saying it's not gonna be a title fight.
No,
Khabib's still the title holder.
Oh,
I knew this was gonna piss you off.
Oh, yeah, they're gonna be started on that, dude. Dana White is just you know, once like you can let something go. Like when somebody breaks up with somebody and you just can't accept that they would break it up, and you just stare at their Instagram page and you just stare at their Snapchat, like look at the last time I texted you over and over again, write out a message thinking you're gonna send it, and you don't send it. That's exactly what's happening with Dana White.
Literally, you ever seen that meme where it's like Wolverine with the picture? He's like lying in bed and he's just looking at the picture. It's literally like that. Now Khabib's coming back. Like 3 years later, Khabib's like, yeah, I'm coming back. And he's like, yeah, I kept the title for you all this time. There's no title fights.
There's no title fights. Yeah, there hasn't been a title fight in the 155-pound division in like 4 years. Yeah, he's crazy. I don't. You got to move on. That division is too stacked to keep it stagnant, I think.
Yeah, and then, I mean, Khabib's definitely not helping it. He's probably like if Dana thinks like the slightest that he's coming back, he's gonna hold everything. So Khabib's probably just playing.
Khabib's definitely leading him on. He's either leading the media on or he's leading Dana on. Mm-hmm. Like if he keeps saying to the media that he's done, doesn't want to hold the division, but then Dana still is convinced that he's not done. What are you saying to Dana that you think, unless it's just Dana being a complete lunatic?
Yeah, which could be.
Could be. Very well could be.
Oh, another thing I want to talk about. Dillon Danis called out Usman.
Oh boy. Dillon Danis hasn't fucking fought in like 3 years, 2 years, maybe a year. Change.
At this point, he just uses social media to call people out that he's never gonna fight.
Michael Bisping, he said Danis has like 2 or 3 fights, and it's been 3. It's been like fuck. I forgot the analogy he said. I don't even know what he said. I'm just gonna try to look it up.
Basically, just
he roasted him.
The person that talked the most shit that's done nothing, basically, is what Dillon Danis is.
Oh yeah, for sure.
He lives off that Conor McGregor hype because he was boys with him, trained with him.
Yeah, trains with McGregor once, and you think you're fucking the best.
And then gets beat up by Khabib, choked out by Khabib.
Oh, dude, took a flying foot to Khabib. Yeah. Oh, dude, that's hysterical.
Yeah. Yeah, that's pretty much all I had.
Yeah, same here, dude. I'm trying to think. Let me see what this Blades, Curtis Blades, Derek Lewis fight has to offer us. Let's see what fight card we got. Oh, nope. I didn't even try to announce those names. We have women's bantamweight, Yana Kutsin. Nope, I'm going to try that. You have Yana versus Caitlin Vieira. That's actually a good fight. Take that back. That's a good fight. Charles Rosa versus Derek Maynor. That's a scrappy fight for the featherweights. Alexei Oleinik and Chris Dawkins.
59-14. Jesus Christ.
Alexei Oleinik?
Yeah.
Yeah, he started fighting like 96.
Jesus.
Yeah. He was almost a title contender like 2 years ago.
Damn.
And you got Phil Hawes and Nazordine Imhoff. Yeah. Sorry, fighters, if you listen to this, I don't mean to butcher your names. I apologize.
We're just both very stupid.
Yes. I can't even remember my Skype password. That I think is the password for everything.
If I had to rate my speech skills out of 10, probably like a 2 or a 3 on a good day. My reading comprehension skills, probably even lower. Maybe a 2 or a 1.
And here we are, hosting a podcast.
Yeah. Especially, dude, when like in Spanish class, we would always do like listening exercises, and we would have to like listen to it and be like, "Oh, what are they saying?" And I was just like, I got like one word out of it. I'm like, "Yeah, they said this."
They said this.
Just not that type of learner.
Me neither. I can't speak. I mix up words. When I think of what I'm going to say, I always reverse the words.
Mm-hmm. I think I've come to terms that I have ADHD.
Yeah, there you go.
Finally.
Yeah.
After I'm already done with school, but
doesn't matter.
I've been like really noticing, like especially at work, my boss will be talking to me, and then just like halfway through the conversation, like I'm zoning him out. I'm like thinking about other things entirely. This is a constant thing. Every conversation I have, I'm just like do 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 do, and then I'm like, the conversation's over. I'm like, I didn't even know what you said. What went on? I don't know.
I don't know. That's hysterical. Yeah, I blur, like I don't purposely blink out, but I blink out too. Just like, you know what I mean?
And it's just like, especially the way I work, because like I want to go like, oh, finish this, then this, then this, and then I'll just go, all right, 1, 2, 3, all at once, and then it's like, wait, I'm not actually doing anything. Like I'm not completing anything. I'm just doing all 3 of them at once.
Because I want to do them, not that I want to finish them.
Oh, look over there. Oh, look over there.
Yep. And then you get bored of doing something.
Yeah. And you're like, oh, look over there.
Yep. Oh yeah, I know that.
Like a dog.
So, yeah, that's sweet, dude.
Yeah. Come out as ADHD.
Coming out as ADHD. It's a good thing to end the pod.
Yep.
Thanks for tuning in.
Decision. Really judged for it. Not that like all Americans suffer from it, but you know.
ADHD awareness. We'll get 1,000 views on YouTube for saying it.
Yep. I stand with you guys.
Knock on wood if you're with me. Yeah. Pretty sweet. That's a good rundown.